So Faded did very well. Then, did that add a lot of pressure for your next release?
I tried to avoid thinking about it because I felt like if I think about it, then it's gonna affect my future works because it's easy to find like if you have a new song that you really like and then I mean like you have your next single that you are working on and then you feel like oh, it's good but not too good to be the next single and that's constantly going to be on your mind and I think that's not a good thing to have because what if you actually have that song there and now and then you actually end up losing that potential hit or song that could have been doing very well.
So, well, the next release or the next single was "Sing Me to Sleep." So, what kind of started off that track? In what kind of mindset were you?
I was just trying to actually try out something else because I was trying to avoid using the traditional 4-chord progression hit chords, and then I tried to I like combine the Alan Walker sound and also twist it in a pretty cool way, and that actually worked pretty well. And we also got Iselin Solheim to sing the vocals again, and yeah, and again she just nailed the whole thing.
Was it important to get her again?
To me, it was really important because I saw like the amount of love that people showed because of her voice, and people said like she's like a combination of Adele and Ellie Goulding, and I would say that I agree with them as well because she has a very amazing voice.
So in that sense, can I assume that you'd like to work with her again?
I would love to work with her again, but not for the time being because I want to like have a variation in the vocalist that I use.
Because well, one thing that often comes up when I talk to DJs, producers, is originality. And do you feel now that you have a certain sound, or are you still kind of developing that?
I feel like the Alan Walker sound is already there because I'm trying to establish like the Alan Walker sound. So when you listen to one of my songs, or like maybe in the first 10 seconds of a song, I want people to be like, oh yeah, it's a Alan Walker song. But just by having pretty much a signature sound.
And then you're very much part of the digital generation, YouTube. Like you say, you learned this craft through YouTube. There are now so many DJs, and it's very accessible to create music. Do you think this is a good thing, or that it helps creativity?
Yeah, and I also think that also helps for the EDM community, or like everything to evolve. Like the younger generation gets easier access to everything. Like it's just a quick search on either Google or YouTube, and you have it within seconds, and you learn so fast. Like I've met like 10 to 13-year-old DJs, and that's pretty amazing. That just shows how it's evolving. But in the fun factor is like I also started at around that age as well. So. I think it's just evolving even more into a younger business as well.
And well, what's quite interesting is that you said that you kind of started because you didn't like the music that you heard on the radio. So what is your, now that kind of EDM and pop are kind of closer together now, what is your opinion of popular music now?
I really like it, and that's why I enjoy also being a part of the I don't know, like the stream, like just follow what people do, and I really enjoy it. And
well, obviously you're in EDM, but do you also have influences that people might not expect from you?
Yeah, I'm also very influenced by, for example, movie soundtracks, but I also listen a lot to, for example, Linkin Park and Green Day, like more like rock stuff. And yeah, I would say that some of those kind of songs have a pretty cool influence on me as well.
Well, I wrote a name down. I came across that when I did research into you was Hans Zimmer, who obviously composes movie scores. So is that an element that you try to have in your own music as well, a kind of cinematic feel?
Yeah, like I want to actually make with my songs as well as like for example, what we did with Faded was that we made a restrung version, which was a orchestral version, and I've actually done the same with Sing Me to Sleep, but we never ended up releasing it. But it's very fun because it's just like just take away like the old electro sounds and replace it with I don't know, piano and violins and everything, and then you suddenly have a movie soundtrack, and that's pretty cool to like have that kind of like melodies that is being able to make a I don't know, melancholic movie soundtrack.
So will you ever release that version?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, because I think you started out in having an interesting graphic design. So is this part of it, that the kind of visual element and the way you present yourself as well?
Yeah, like the whole Alan Walker image is also inspired by, like, for example, the movies series. I mean, like TV series, Mr. Robot, and video game Watch Dogs, and the hacker group Anonymous. But it also has a lot to do with my past, pretty much graphic designing, gaming, programming and everything. And with all that, we put together a certain style to give Alan Walker as an artist, and that's pretty much this. And it's pretty cool because it makes people curious, and they want to explore more, like who is really Alan Walker, and who's the man behind the mask.
Sure.
Is it really Alan Walker? But like, yeah, it's a really cool image to give an artist as well.
And does it also help that it makes walking down the street a little bit easier?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, fair. Finally then, what are you working on now? Because, well, Sing with Sleep is out now. What are you working on now? Do you have some plans for the future?
Actually, today we released a new remix of Sia's track Movie Body, so that should be out everywhere. Okay. And we recently recorded a new music video in my hometown Bergen. Okay. So our new single coming out soon. Okay.
But the very last question: how do you? I don't like the question where do you see yourself in 10 years, but what would you like to accomplish with your music?
I would say what I would like to accomplish with my music is to actually reach out to more people and like spread my music to the world, because so far I've gotten really good feedback from people all over, and I really love that, and I want to expand that reach.
Okay, I hope you will. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.